Road trains are one of the most unique vehicles in the world. Did you know that Australian road trains can stretch up to 53 meters in length, hauling massive loads across the outback? Would you dare to drive a vehicle this long? Stick around to find out some strange things about this extremely long vehicle. If you like to know everything about the trucking industry, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. The Australian trucking landscape. Australia, roughly equivalent in size to the USA, boasts a population of around 24.5 million, a stark contrast to the USA's 330 million. The majority of Australia's population lives along the eastern coast. With 6 major cities spread across the continent, the dynamics of freight movement differ significantly. Consequently, the bulk of Australia's freight operations run from Melbourne in the south to either Sydney or Brisbane. Australia's unique geography, marked by vast expanses of arid land and rugged terrain, presents challenges and opportunities for its transportation industry. A diverse array of trucks is necessary to efficiently tackle the diverse tasks at hand. There is, for example, an urgent need for specialized trucks capable of traversing long distances across diverse landscapes is paramount. In addition to the traditional freight routes between major cities, there are also intricate supply chains servicing remote communities and mining operations in the outback. Moreover, Australia's trucking industry is not only essential for commerce, but also plays a critical role in disaster relief efforts and emergency response, particularly in regions prone to bushfires, floods, and other natural disasters. This demand for versatility and resilience has fostered innovation in truck design and technology, with manufacturers developing vehicles tailored to meet the unique demands of the Australian market. As a result, the trucking landscape in Australia is characterized by significant diversity, encompassing light-duty, medium-duty, and heavy-duty trucks. These vehicles range from those capable of handling loads exceeding 120 tons with 3 or 4 trailers to both long-nosed and cab-over trucks. Australia's truck market. Australia's truck market boasts a diverse array of brands, ranging from Kenworth and Volvo to Isuzu, Mercedes-Benz, Scania, Freightliner, and many others. This broad representation is partly attributed to the unique regulations governing trucking in Australia, as well as the varied nature of freight transportation across the continent. The driving conditions in Australia vary significantly, depending on whether goods need to be transported over long distances or within urban areas. Cab-over trucks, favored for their maneuverability, are particularly well suited for navigating tight city streets and congested traffic. Their compact design makes them easier to handle in urban environments, where space is limited. Conversely, long-nosed trucks offer enhanced comfort and spaciousness, making them preferable for long-haul journeys across Australia's vast distances. These trucks provide drivers with a more comfortable and ergonomic environment, ensuring a smoother experience during extended trips. In Australia, there are distinct differences in terminology within the trucking industry. Unlike in some other countries, truck drivers are commonly referred to as truckies instead of truckers. Moreover, what is typically called a tractor elsewhere is known as a prime mover in Australia. It's worth noting that in Australia, a tractor is what farmers use to cultivate their fields for crop growth, rather than being associated with trucking. On the road. Across the vast expanse of Australia's roads, where thousands of miles stretch between cities and hills are scarce, the concept of the Australian road train proves highly practical. A standard road train typically consists of 3 44-foot trailers, each equipped with a twin-axle and turntable dolly positioned beneath the front of the trailer. With a combined load of 120 tons distributed among the 3 trailers, these trains provide an efficient means of transporting goods. While a typical road train spans up to 53 meters or 174 feet in length, in the realm of mining operations, they may haul 6 trailers or even more. However, adhering to regulations can prove challenging, as drivers are permitted to drive for 4 hours straight before a mandatory half-hour break and are capped at 12 hours of driving per day. Despite these regulations, many drivers flout them routinely, rendering their logbooks, colloquially known as the Book of Lies, essentially meaningless. Navigating the Outback presents its own set of challenges, with narrow and rugged roads compounded by extreme weather conditions. Australian truck drivers must contend with scorching temperatures that can soar up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit or 49 degrees Celsius, placing significant stress on tires, fuel consumption, and water reserves. Sudden downpours can also create unforeseen hazards, necessitating careful planning and preparedness. Furthermore, the unpredictability of the outback landscape adds another layer of complexity. While coastal regions boast typical farmland, the outback offers a diverse and often surprising tableau. Nighttime travel brings encounters with kangaroos, sizable animals weighing up to 90 kilograms or 198 pounds. Collisions with these creatures, which can occur frequently, pose significant risks to both drivers and vehicles, necessitating the installation of robust bull bars on truck fronts. Despite precautions, the reality remains that hitting multiple kangaroos on a single trip is not uncommon, and the damage incurred can be substantial. Australian truck and trailer rules. The shortage of truck drivers has become a growing concern in Australia, despite the relatively decent wages offered to Australian truckies, averaging around $600 per week. This stands in contrast to the average weekly wage of approximately $375 for other blue-collar jobs in the country. However, the job demands extensive hours, with long days and overnight stays in trucks, often keeping drivers away from home for extended periods. With an average age of approximately 54 years, the trucking industry in Australia is facing a dearth of young recruits. Many individuals are deterred by the demanding nature of the job, as well as perceived over-policing, excessive time away from home, and a perceived lack of respect for the profession. In response to the shortage, some larger companies have exploited immigration loopholes to recruit unskilled overseas truck drivers. However, this approach has yielded disastrous results, with a significant increase in heavy vehicle incidents caused by these inexperienced drivers across various states in Australia. Despite these challenges, there remains hope for a brighter future for Australian truckers. However, addressing the underlying issues and improving conditions within the industry will be crucial in attracting and retaining skilled professionals. Thank you for your attention, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. As we conclude our journey through the Australian trucking industry, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Road trains are indeed one of the most unique vehicles in the world. From their staggering lengths to the challenges faced by drivers navigating them through the outback, there's no denying the remarkable nature of these behemoths. Have you decided yet if you would dare to drive this vehicle? Let us know in the comments. So until next time, keep on trucking.